And hello everybody, welcome on back to another episode of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. We are picking up right back up in Nassau. You, I was like, sometimes I think I should do like a recap of what happened in the last one, because in case it's your first time watching, then that way you at least know a little bit of what's going on. So I might start trying to incorporate that a little bit. Sorry guys. So, what happened last episode? We got discovered. Found out that we're not the assassin we said we were, and even though we were helpful, we robbed him with someone that was going to be arguably more helpful because they had a lot more knowledge. So they cast us aside, and then we just overthrew the ship, and now we have a new ship and a crew, and we're going back to the good old life of being a pirate. And that about sums it up. Got some companions, we've got some bad guys to pay attention to. We've got some exciting new things to keep track of. We got ourselves a couple upgrades, and it's like we'll be figuring stuff out as we go along. And I'm really gonna figure out how much grinding I'm actually gonna do in this game, because it could be just fun to. Because I think it's a thing where, like, again, my viewpoint has been that I don't think watching all the grinding is entertaining. Especially because if I can't keep up dialogue for that long, then it's like I just kind of sometimes want to sit back and vibe to play something, you know? So we're figuring it out as we go, but especially because now I've been doing this for so long in a row between all the different games, I'm getting better about just banter and whatnot. Not quite to the levels of someone like Northern Lion or something like that, but cheats allow you to replay missions with interesting modifiers. Keep in mind that progression saving is then turned off. To activate a cheat, open the pause menu, go to Abstergo channel section. Okay. Let's see. So what, we can come over here, we got a new cheat. Cheat locks the day-night cycle to a single setting. That's cool. Okay. We're not going to be using it obviously right now, but gonna see if we can get ourselves another shanty though. Cause oh boy do I love me a good sea shanty. Reminds me of when I was in high school. We had a friend of ours that unironically had like a whole sea shanty playlist. Oh wow, that's weird. I've never actually made the connection. So I had a friend of mine in high school that had a sea shanty playlist, and we would vibe and sing along with those sometimes. And then I actually had a friend of mine in, not while I was in college. It was while I was in college, but they weren't a college friend. They just happened to work where I worked. But they also had a sea shanty playlist, and that's how we got. Interesting. What are the odds that something like this makes me think about two separate people connected by like a difference of 3-4 years, and then I am also like 4 or 5 years removed from
By
all
God,
of that.
you're a sight for salty eyes. Come you in and have a drink.
Morning, all. Ahoy, Kenway. Who's this?
Adewale, the Jackdaw's quartermaster.
Jackdaw. You named your brig after a poxy bird.
Ade, these lads are the better part of our growing confederacy here. Ed Thatch, Ben Hornigold, James Kidd.
You let him carry a pistol, do you?
Peace, Ben. Ade saved my life. And now we're looking to find a crew to fill out the rest of my ship.
Well, there's scores of capable men about. But use caution. The shipload of the King's sailors showed up a fortnight back, causing trouble
Fortnight?
like they own the place.
Sorry.
Right. I'll see who I can muster.
Meter indicates your crew strength. Crew is a central resource that allows you to plunder ships. Bigger ships require more crew to board. There are two ways to recruit crew. You can hire people in a tavern, you can help pirates in trouble. That.
Send any men you find to the Jackal and put them to work.
Cheers, Addy.
Sure thing, my quartermaster. I'm gonna say my captain, but I was like, that's literally not. I would make him captain though. He seems cool. I was like, I do happen to like his character a good bit, and he's just, at least so far, I was like, I do not remember, because it's always a thing where it's like you have to worry about characters betraying you and being like, wow, I really like you, and then it's like, actually, you're gonna stab me in the back. But I trust him, and that's what matters. Can't be having a crew you can't trust, you know?
By order of the king, you're fair game, and coming with us. You have the wrong.
You wanna attack me?
Why do you haunt me? Captain
Welcome
Kenway,
aboard, my
just
friend.
in time. I'll see you back aboard.
It's always funny because it's like I've recorded and like made YouTube videos for a while and stuff like that, and still one of my biggest fears always is, oh, did I hit the button to record? So it was like, I've definitely been there before where I have made that mistake and then had to be like, oh. Oh. Helps if I hit the right button. I guess, this isn't counting specifically as disarming killing them, huh? Is it not? Okay, so that one counted, I think. There we go.
Surround the bastard.
Oops, you dropped something. Oh, you dropped it again. What are you, a candy bar with Butterfingers over here? I say as someone who has definitely hit the wrong button time and time again.
No one allowed here but...
Sorry, what was that about not being allowed here? I couldn't hear you.
He's in my sights.
Ow. No, fine, I'll run this way then. Jerks. Always trying to cause me trouble. But yeah, as I've been playing through this, I've been thinking about other series that I, played through. I played a ton of as a kid, but maybe never got to play the more modern versions. The Mario RPGs, like outside of the Paper Mario ones. Actually, that's a good question. So, because I know like Super Mario RPG for the 64 is its own thing. But I don't think, and then I think the same company that made that ended up making the Mario and Luigi games like Superstar Saga, Bowser's Inside Story, like so on and so forth. And Superstar Saga is the one that I remembered playing a ton of. because I actually still have my original Game Boy. I forget, is the full name Game Boy Advance SP? Or is it just the Game Boy SP? I think it's the GBA SP, I want to say. I always forget because I'm bad at remembering names. But, yeah, so I remember having that, and as someone with growing up with divorced parents and going on car rides very often. Oh. Did not mean to handle it that way, but all's well that ends well. But from having done a lot of like long car rides and stuff like that on a bi-weekly basis, you know, I needed to have something to keep childhood me preoccupied, and my my GBA was like,
This pirate
Come
bears
fast.
the blood
The sword is
of
a Captain
many
in irons. We need
innocents
to hang
on
him.
his hands. His Majesty's honourable representative has decreed the sentence shall be to hang by the neck until dead. Get back here, you deaf idiot. I'll have your life.
Anyway, so it's like I remember the like Mario and Luigi games very fondly, but I only remember really playing like
Make him Desmond.
Superstar Saga, and I don't think I played many of the other ones, even though my DS was then like my best friend for a while. I had the DS Lite and I played a ton of Mario Kart, Nintendogs, and I can't remember what else. But I was like, there's so much stuff that I was, ooh, and then one day I'll get the energy to go back through the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon games and let it break my heart. Because if any game does that so well, it's those, and you don't expect it, but it gets you. But I don't know if I'm ready to be made fun of for knowing very little about Pokemon despite having put a lot of hours into Pokemon games. It's like I'll have to study beforehand or something.
Now you'll want to sail somewhere rich with plunder.
Have you heard of a place called the Observatory?
Aye. It's an old legend, like El Dorado or the Fountain of Youth.
What have you heard?
It's meant to be a temple or a tomb, hiding a treasure of some kind.
That's it. You see here.
Oh, rot. It's fairy stories you prefer to gold, is it?
It's worth more than gold, Thatch. 10,000 times above what we could pull off any Spanish ship.
Robbing the king to pay his porpoise is how we earn our keep here, lad. It ain't a fortune. It's a fantasy.
Nothing wrong with a little fantasy to get you through the day, you know? I do find it funny that he really does end up being a, like a outcast in just all groups that he partakes in. And see, I know not to fool around with the gambling, because that normally never goes well for me in any game that I try it in. Which is funny, because it's like I've got really good luck with cards, but I guess just never in a digital setting, you know? Although I guess some of the people that lose the most money think that they have good luck with things that they then lose a bunch of money on, so I guess it's good that I don't quite push myself to try and test my luck on a lot of things. Oh, well, we're not getting that. Dang it. Because, like, I think it's so easy, especially in the world of gambling, for people to be like, oh, well, you know. I was like, I could win when you have literally, like, zero way to gain any edge over the house. Which, like, the math perspective on it is also super interesting too, so.
Morning, Kenway. Not a bad-looking tinderbox you got there.
You sound a bit green, Hornigold. Is it envy? Is mine bigger than yours?
No, I reckon it's this Jamaican funk. I prefer the Spanish stuff. So, you've got yourself a fancy brig now. Fine. Well, I'm gonna teach you how to sail her right. And how to take a prize the proper way. Thatch, we'll catch you up at the old fishing village. Aye?
You currently rank what?
Where's your helmsman, Kenway?
I take pride in piloting my own ships, Ben. Keeps me alert.
I think it was like 1.1 million. Oh, oops.
Right!
There's a prize worth taking.
Good. Take us in close. After you subdue a prize, project authority. Demand respect that you would never give yourself. This weaves a spell over soft minds. For your victims must always have in the back of their minds the uneasy idea that you could snap at any moment and unseam them from prick to sternum.
Loose all, let's move!
Okay.
Loose all, party like!
So let's see. Alright. You are our goal.
Sir, to the starboard! Wreck survivor here, sir!
And the classic sea shanty of
Fire what cannons you will, and land a few strikes if you must. But for God's sake, don't sink. It's no fun fishing cargo out of the sea. Although it can be done.
the good old. Because I don't think I want to hit you with that. Because we want to get you like that. Yeah, it's on fire's capacity. You can either board or sink it and get half the cargo.
She's disabled now and taking on a decent amount of water. So keep your cannons quiet. Take care not
come
to
on.
sink her.
Why did it sink? I didn't do anything wrong, right? Okay, well. Looks like you are next, buddy.
Get on that main seat, trim to.
What would you do with the drunken sailor? What would you do with the drunken sailor? What would you do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? I do like that they say early, you know. There we go. Ouch. Ooh. Dang, sometimes like you hit those and like do you ever see combat in games like this and you're like, wow, that hurts to just watch.
I am Captain Hornigold, and this is my crew. We're sailors like yourselves, but quite unalike in our purpose. For we intend to take all that you own. Yet no harm shall befall any man so long as he remains at ease. Is that clear?
No me mate, señor. Tengo familia. Se lo suplico.
Anyone speak English? Inglés?
Little bit.
Tell your friends we're stealing your goods, and we won't hurt nobody if everyone stays as still as a sandbar. You got that?
Please to repeat.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Lock him in the hold, and take everything that isn't nailed down.
I do love the constant state of theatrics, you know? What should we do with the ship? Repair.
Good take today, Kenway. Half a dozen scores of that size and you'll be set for a year. Now let's sell this cargo and fix up your jackdaw with a few more trinkets.
Sort of here. I'm looking for a prize that will set me up for life. I'll be king of the West Indies then.
We came to Nassau to get away from the likes of kings.
Well, I'll be a man of property and promise anyway.
Jesus, let that dream go, lad. Nassau is the place to be, not England.
Do you ever dream of the big score? A ship so full of gold and silver, just split it and sail home.
Sure, but it's only a dream. Every man hopes to find a dozen chests of gold with no owners. They're as rare as an honest king.
Nothing I love more too in like a... Because, you know, it's like, that's one of my favorite thing about heists, where everyone's just kind of like, just one last job. And it's always that last job that really comes to bite you. There's a bit of time, because I was like, I don't ever watch a lot of movies or anything like that, but I was taking to actually watching a few different heist movies. So I watched all of the Ocean's movies. And I had a ton of fun with that. And then I watched Baby Driver, which was very interesting. And honestly, I was like, I do love that it feels just kind of like one big, oh, come on, just, how are you in? That's annoying. Okay. I like that, honestly, it genuinely plays as just one big, like it genuinely was played as like one big music video, you know? I swear to God, if you do not let me climb onto this ship, yeah. Anyways, like I said, I like that it was kind of one big music video almost. It just, all the pacing and everything is so beautifully done on that end. So, you know, had a very fun time with that. Trying to think about what else I watched. It's like not the same thing, but I did watch The Big Short in the same time period as well. I should say I watched The Big Short again. Trying to think if I watched any other like heist movies outside of my head, but like I definitely need to throw The Italian Job on there, because that one's a classic. I was like, sometimes I feel like I definitely also gotta listen or watch some more of the like Fast and Furious movies, because even though they're not heist, like they're kind of heist adjacent. God, I'm trying to remember too what movie it is. That's like a Fast and Furious parody movie. It's like, because I remember the way I convinced someone in the past to watch it with me.
Ready to fire, sir!
Was basically I ended up quoting the movie line for line, because I had watched it just by myself. Now, it was such a golden opportunity that I wanted to watch it again. So I convinced them to watch it with me by just quoting the opening and explaining everything, and so they're like, I would rather watch it than... I was like, perfect. So it's like, sometimes, you know, if you want to get your way, you gotta find a way to be stubborn enough to... You know, I actually did not realize that you could just do this. Huh, I just blasted that guy in the head with a cannon. Oh, is it super fast that I'm thinking of? That's just like an absolute abomination of a movie as a whole. But if there's anything that I'm a sucker for, it's just bad movies. Bad movies and then making people watch them with you so you can also experience it together and be like, yep, this was an experience. Because sometimes it's crazy, like, how stuff ends up getting greenlit, you know? It was like, movies are expensive. And there's a lot of cost to get something like that, and then it's like, sometimes things just get the most randomly, like, big names, and that's the thing, it's like, so you have such a fine area for a lot of movies because you end up running into the issue of if you're trying too hard to be dumb, it's obvious and then it's not fun because then it's like, well, yeah, I can come up with all sorts of dumb stuff, but it's not going to be as funny as something that's like, that's genuinely trying but just happens to be bad anyways. Like, you know, the Room is like a famous example of that where it's just so genuinely bad that it's good. But then you have something like Sharknado, and I was like, I'm not the type of person to like stop watching a movie halfway through, and I was like, that's one of the few ones that I remember watching even with a group, and we like gave up on it halfway through because it was so bad. And it's just like, and that's why all of like the, you know, the D-list like cheesy sci-fi movies and stuff like that are tons of fun because they're low budget and they're bad, but like they've got heart to it. When you set out and that's your whole goal, then it's kind of like, is this really what I want out of this experience? So you know, it was like, sometimes I think I'm a very picky person about things, but I think it's okay to be picky about what you consume and what you enjoy. Woo! Look at us go, we're doing great. Well, I killed more than 2 sailors with the swivel, that's dumb. I'm still gonna give you a really like though, because it's not your fault. It's not your fault, memory.
Not a bad take today. Keep this up and Nassau will be the first city where men and women may live as God made them. Easy and free. All it takes is a few drops of blood, sweat, and a swatch of cloth.
We fly no colors out here, but praise the lack of them. So let the black flag signal nothing but your allegiance to man's natural freedoms. This one's yours. Fly it proud.
Let's go.
I will.
Hand over the docket I lent you. If we're to keep our republic afloat, we'll need guns as well as gold.
That means attacking the Navy.
So long as they're flying King Philip's colors will not offend our own monarch. As you've likely seen, the number of merchants roving these waters is 70 the number of military ships.
Aye, easy purchase, but in small doses.
Right. So to lure the Navy out of hiding, it's best to cause a bit of mischief.
Catch a few small fish to attract the big ones.
That's right. So plunder and pillage as you see fit, Captain Kenway.
Let's go.
Gallons! Wiles! Studs!
And I see our first. Let's see. A spyglass is your best tool at sea. Look at a ship to see how powerful it is and what cargo it is carrying. Look at a location to see everything available there. Hold right button to use it. You have right stick to look around, and up and down with the left stick to zoom.
Sail ho!
Yep.
Military class brig on the horizon!
Good eye, man. Are you ready for this, Kenway? She won't go down without an honest fight.
Who's up for taking that brig, lads? Shout aye! That's a sound I like to hear. Pipe to quarters. All hands to cannons.
Careful around the Navy. They're as likely to ram you as fire a broadside.
Let's test those powder barrels against them, shall we?
Fine, good thinking.
Vulnerable there, Captain! Fire! Keep out of her way!
Ready to fire, sir!
Fire! Look, Captain, won't place shot there! Fire! Every lad, grab himself on the wind! On the task at hand,
Ease off the wind!
Ha! Miss me, loser. Thought you could ram me like that. You just got outmaneuvered.
She's vulnerable there, Captain! Fire! Fire! There's a good shock and cripple! Fire! It's all exposed! Take the shots! Fire! They're all pretty close, sir!
Alright, well, that one was a pretty clear hit.
Ready to fire! Unfurl mains, let's move! Bail off and loose those men!
One day I'll remember that I can actually time things right so I can actually brace for impact.
Over the top, lads! Kick him in the hands! Give him
Complete
a
the
taste
objectives
of
before you
British
run out of
steel.
crew.
Not one of the swamps that's full of our decks!
Don't you worry, I'm a skilled fighter, we'll be fine. Ow. Alright, well. Oh, well, alright. Maybe one day the counter button will work. Ow! We're on the same team, buddy. What was that for? I wonder what the skulls over them mean. I wonder if it's showing that like they're responsible for getting some of my people killed, or... Let's see. Just a little gunboat. Ooh. Defeat 5 ships you've previously tagged.
Mains out, let's go! Let's catch some wind, lads! Tops! Gallants! Royals! Studs! Now prove it, my trunks!
Uh-oh, it looks like you're gonna be in some deep shit. Oh, well. that was very underwhelming.
They're all alone, sir! Fire, sir! Good shock and crippler! Fire! On your mark, Captain! Fire! Come on, let her bring us the wind! Loose all and trim sharp to the wind. Weave in all tops.
Well, that was actually somehow a pretty good dodge.
Dropping mines with cover. Ram us. Loose all, let's move. Brace for impact. With his touch.
Ouch. That does a lot of damage, but it does a lot less damage than if I just took it dead on, at least.
Fire, sir. Fire! Vulnerable there, Captain. Fire!
There we go. And now we just gotta board you. I will say I'm also so glad that they decided to make this nice and easy too. Because like the fact that the boarding actually like they'll just lock in and get you close. Like, it's so much easier than trying to like fully navigate everything a certain way, and it's like good choice all around, you know? Alright. See, it was like, this is how a fight like that should go. They very quickly just took care of him. Cool, we did it. Look at us go.
That was a rumble, by God. How do we fare?
A fine purchase, no mistake. Now I think it's time to lay low and bribe our way back into secrecy.
Agreed. So, how do we get rid of this notoriety we've stirred up?
Money, my boy. A well-placed bribe to the right government official will see the military off your tail.
Right, let's do that. I'll need to meet these good Samaritans at some point.
Smart thinking.
Trim off the wind, my boys. Ease her.
It's like, I think we can take them. They're coming right for us, Captain.
Avoid her, Ramadan. Brace yourself.
Oops.
Awaiting orders.
It's like, just treat this like a Dark Souls boss and rotate around circles.
On your mark, Captain. Fasten yourselves. Fatten yourselves for trim us off the wind. That'll wipe them out. Ready to fire, sir. Weakest right there, Captain. The wind. Fire! Fire! Put a shot right through there. Fire! Chain shot would floor that brig. Fire! Got us that tight.
Well, not really my intention there, but
Take the shot.
luckily he didn't take a lot of damage there, so that might have actually worked out very heavily in my favor.
Ready to fire, sir.
And now we just got a board.
Reel the lovers in. Keep them back.
Party, party, party. It's an Andrew WK song.
Grab them jumper
Party, party, party. We really like to party. Something close to that, I think. Let's go, team! Ooh. Yeah, let's go! What should we do with the ship? Yeah, we're just gonna use you to repair us. All of your cargo belongs to me now.
As much sail as you can! Loose tops and royals!
I was gonna say, I was like, wow, already another one after us? And I was like, no, that was the one that I just got. Like, that would have been quick. Which, I mean, I know I'm a threat, but I didn't think I'd be that much of a threat. I do like, too, that it gives us the option to choose if we would like to sing or not sing. But it's like, who am I to deprive thee of the joy of music on the high seas? I am but a humble captain.
Goes the gallants and royals! Four! Hold! More sail! All sail! Cruise up! Eat her sticks! Four!
Tokyo drift that bad boy in. And we can pay the... Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't mean to do that, I promise. And maybe we'll get lucky and find something good so we can upgrade our ship a little bit more.
Stop a moment. I can help you fade away.
You can help me fade away, dang. I thought you were a local officer, not a drug dealer. What are you, my dissociation? It's funny because it's like, I've watched a lot of people play, well, I say I've watched a lot of people. I've watched a lot of Schedule 1, and I didn't expect it that even after watching like a few hours of it for it to be as fun for me to play. But it's actually a good time. I think it's good too for just kind of like sitting and like giving you something to grind through. Because like sometimes, you know, you just want like a good game to grind, right? When you're not doing anything in particular. Oh. Because like you ever in those moods where you just want to sit down and relax and just vibe and play a game, but you don't know what you want to play, so you spend more time figuring out what game you actually want to play than you do playing the games you wanted to do. I was like, that sums up a lot of my life, right? And so I was like, sometimes it's just nice to be able to like sit down and actually play something. And sometimes it doesn't have to be anything too fancy. It was like just sitting down and playing this and grinding through, or let's see. Brown cloak raised by veteran sailors for its resistance. We got a pirate cloak, crimson cloak outfit, privateer outfit. Got a lot of options. Maybe opening the cage and the grate, and I got hide out using 5 Templar keys. Okay, I was trying to figure out, I was like, but okay, so there's a bunch of them that you can get for free, you just have to do the extra stuff for it. Do we? I'll be honest, that like kind of shoulder piece is pretty cool though. You know what? We'll wait since we're not flush with money yet. It's like, and I think for this game, having a cool ship is cool, or is better in the long run than having a cool outfit.
You're a wonder, Kenway. You've a knack for this kind of work.
It ain't work if you love it.
Dodge.
But I ain't doing this forever, lads. Only until I get enough coin to buy some land and influence back home.
Jesus, will you listen to your tripe? Still dreaming on about that strumpet back in England when you could have any better you wanted here and now.
Ah, such lofty goals for you gents. And here I thought I was in the company of scoundrels. Fine purchase today. What's the crew's mood?
All smiles and no teeth. And there's a few talking about meeting with Master Kid to steal from a nearby plantation.
Plantation? That's ambitious.
Profitable too, if we can manage it.
Aye. It's a good idea.
One thing I always enjoy too is a lot of like stuff like this, you know, them poking fun at Edward when like he could have anyone he wanted. It's like sometimes it's not about what you can have, it's about who you can't. I was like, and I think that's something that's gonna just always be evergreen, you know? I was like, because life is full of a lot of stuff like that, where you're stuck in a situation that you either can't get out of for a moment, or, you know, it's like the one thing you want above all else, you actually just can't have. And it's like, sometimes life is about becoming content with that. I think it's interesting to watch how like the Kenway line changes, right? Because you've got Edward Kenway, you've got Haytham Kenway, and you have Connor Kenway, and it's like, you know, Haytham is very, very like prim and proper, like really just a great British villain overall. But he does definitely have the like, I am better than you syndrome. And then you have, you know, Edward Kenway, who is very like, for the love of the game, you know. Dang, now that's a throw right there. You see how good of a throw that is to hook onto the ship over here? So it's like, I think it's fun that we get to see all sorts of different types along the way. Because like, obviously Ezio will still always be one of my favorites, but like, you know, they could have got a similar route and tried to capture the same spark that Ezio had for a lot of people. Yeah, we can lower our wanted level. Because it would have been really easy for them to be like, we're going to make another character like Ezio and see if we can
just looted some goods.
you know, keep doing more of the same, but they actively changed it up and gave us Hatham and Connor, and now we have Edward, who's also different from all, I guess, really anyone else in the series. So still things like that is like, I think it is important when especially developing games, like, to consider, yes, while something has worked for you before, like sometimes changing it up will actually do you just as much good. Like one of the best examples is the Yakuza series, right? Because you have Kiru, who's like, you know, goofy, but like overall very serious, very honorable, like model Yakuza. And then they made the switch over into Like a Dragon with Ichiban, who is just like absolute pure goofball. You know, he's just constantly like getting into trouble and doing his thing, and I was like, we love him though. And he was like, he could not be a better parallel to Kiru as well, and it works so well. Like getting to watch as the reins are passed off from one beloved character to another, and
Why, look! It's the bastard son of the late William Kidd. Still a mere boy, and yet 10 times the demon his father was.
Fancy seeing you here, Kenway. Still looking sleek and mean. Did you steal that costume from a dandy in Havana?
No, sir. I found this on a corpse. One that was walking about and talking shite to my face only moments before.
Huh.
So, what's this I hear about a planned raid on a plantation? Not keeping secrets from me, are you?
Not very well. Every day, schooners packed with sugar sail past, coming from plantations nearby. Most times they stop here, sell off a few crates. There's one man visiting today that'd earn you a fine profit. So if you'd like to rob his plantation, I'll point him out.
I would.
it's like, oh, I hope this is not a tailing mission on a boat.
That's the man. He owns dozens round these islands, and he's bloody rich.
Just the sort I like to see robbed.
His agent is around
A
here
semi-modern day
somewhere.
Robin
Find and
Hood.
follow him, and he'll lead you straight to your prize.
But anyways, yeah, so the Yakuza series is a series that I could talk a lot about, but I think they did such a good job with switching it up. And, you know, they changed it to more traditional turn-based, like JRPG style combat, but they still made it extremely unique in its own thing. And still, one of my... Actually, no, I will outright say that the Yakuza series is my favorite game series of all time. Nothing else has ever truly compared in like the way that I feel about it, and like the sheer emotion and enjoyment that I have gotten from playing the games after all these years. Like I said, it's one of the only game series that I've been able to actively like go back through and play from start to finish multiple times, which is a lot considering that it takes easily, you know, like several hundred hours to get through every single game. And even like my one playthrough of Infinite Wealth, I literally have like 100 and something hours in that game alone. So there's always things like that, you know, where you're just like, you wouldn't consider it. You wouldn't even think about it because some games are just that long and worth the time. And
What's our course?
We'll return to the plantation and there take stock of our inventory. It was a good harvest this year.
You might not talk so loud, sir. This isn't anything like a friendly port, Ken.
Nonsense, man. I had a delightful conversation with a chap just now. We came to quite an understanding.
As you say, sir.
All up and unfurl, boys. We're going home.
mine.
Halt!
Also, can I say what a good choice for having your hood pull up as soon as you go into a restricted zone. Ah, sorry, buddy.
Captain, you have the look of a man crafting a bold idea. Look I've seen before.
You mark well, Addy. I've just overheard one of the Beckford's men talking grandly about his plantation and all the cargo he's keeping there. And it gave me the idea that I might take these goods off him and sell them off for a better price than he'd ever ask.
Ah, a man of vision. I like this idea.
That is a big ship. Man of war. Restricted areas, areas you're not supposed to be in. Ships will instantly detect an attack if you enter their field of view. Ships whose views display the minimap, avoid them to not get in conflict.
Careful, Captain! These waters are closely watched by our enemies.
Douse the royals! Top!
Oh, it'll be fine.
I see them.
I think we can find a way to navigate the situation pretty well, I think. Ooh. Maybe don't turn around.
Stands up! Let's get moving! Incoming ship! Guns out!
Well,
Caesar cutter! Royal Navy! Seems to be alone, sir! Someone coming in! Cutter! Cutters are English! Just the lone ship, Cap!
oh, you just turned around. Okay. Cool. Thank you, patrolling pattern. I appreciate you. Also, sorry, but what do you expect from me, game? I'm literally going as fast as it'll let me.
This man's working for Peter Beckford's people. Do you know them? The Beckfords and their sugar empire.
Aye. The Beckfords and the Draxes. I never worked their plantations, but I knew their names from hearing other men curse them.
But you worked a plantation, no?
A modest one, aye. As a striker in the boiling house.
Boiling house? Was it water they boiled? Or something else?
Cane juices. The hard process making sugar. Dangerous, too. Must be why it fetches such a dear price.
What's it like? Toiling on a plantation day and night.
Well, with the cane sugar cut and harvested, it's run between two metal rollers that crush the juice from the plant. After collecting the juice, it was time to boil away the water from the sugar. This we did in tatches with copper. Let me tell you, brother, boiling sugar is near the hottest thing on earth. Just a touch on the skin will stick like bloodline and burn on, leaving a terrible scar.
Jesus.
Storm Captain, looks bad!
Yeah, it was like as someone who's done a lot of stuff with like melted sugar and whatnot. Believe me, it is painful when it hits your skin.
Soldiers roving the plantation with patches for sure.
Drop here then and sneak ashore. We'll look after
I was like, it is not an ideal at all. I was like, I have poured boiling water on my hands. I've definitely been splattered with boiling sugar. Obviously, I've had oil splatter on me. Like I said, overall, not a fun time in the least. It's like, would not recommend if you can avoid it. Definitely do.
Alarm! Help me, damn it!
Oh, sorry, bucko. It's like you get no help.
What's happened here? Why such disarray?
Bit of a do, sir, that's all. It's Wilmington's birthday.
And you saw fit to get pickled on duty.
No bother, sir. We've everything sorted.
We'll soon see, won't we? For you must double the watch this evening.
Double, sir? Whatever for?
I believe I was followed here. By pirates, if my eyes honour me, though the ship was uncommonly large for such rascals. Certainly wasn't slavers, though, not a ship that size. In any case, double the watch. And keep your damned eyes wide for anything suspicious.
Aw, buddy, if you even knew.
You up there! Look alive, man! You've a job to do!
Apologies, sir. I'll keep my eyes peeled.
For God's sake, what the hell is going on here today? How do you suppose you'll be able to ring that alarm if you're pissed drunk and barely able to stand?
You know, very carefully. Don't you worry, though. I rung his bell for you. Get it.
What was that?
I'd like to speak to the man in charge here. I require entrance to the warehouse.
The warehouse.
Which of you dogs has the key to the warehouse, huh?
You can curse me later.
Over here. Fetch me the warehouse key, if you please. The key, goddammit.
Let's see. Ah. There's my key. Just pop in over here. Take care of you real quick.
He must be empty in the old country, just to have a few souls in all the dirt he's claiming.
You know what? Let's make this easier on ourselves, because we'll pop up here. Take care of you. Jump in here.
They'll be a welcome treat, regardless of where they came from.
Sorry, buddy, but you're just the wrong place at the wrong time. Now we just loot the warehouse. Ooh, and we get a bonus for doing it all sneaky like. Don't mind if I do. I love me a nice little bonus. Ah, I forgot to rate that memory. Oh no. How else would they know that I really like what they're doing? Ornate tobacco. What could that possibly mean? Is it something like pop up here and then... Yeah. Okay. Oh, we did it. Man, I'm really good at this whole pirate thing, aren't I? It's funny because sometimes as I play through the game, I kind of try to think of like possible video titles and stuff like that, because I try to come up with something at least just like unique to the episode and just kind of fun overall, because I like having fun with the titles. Because at the end of the day, it was like, I'm not trying to like SEO farm and optimize everything. I was like, I'm just kind of throwing this stuff out there because it's, you know, it's for me at the end of the day. I was like, because I'm having fun with it, and I was like, you know, with enough time, people will enjoy it, and that's where it'll matter. Okay. Actually, you know what? I was like, but the main one I've been thinking of is No Way Kenway, as a play on like No Way Jose. So I'll probably see that as one, but who knows? Maybe it'll be this one, maybe it'll be the next one. Until then, though, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that fun jazz, and I will see you in the next one.